Hey guys, it's Nitro. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a tutorial on how to make older nations visuals. So what you want to start out with is you want to make your compositions. So what you do is you make a render composition. That's where you're going to render all the effects and compositions that you want to have in that render composition. And then the next composition you want to make the audio visualizer, and that's where you're going to have your spectrum and everything. No particles yet. This is where you're going to have your particles in the sound keys composition, and then of course you can't have anything without the background, and that's it. And then also let me make another sound keys because that can work. And then what you want to do is and then make another composition, and then obviously this background. Alright, so what you want to start off with is the audio visualizer one. And what you want to do is you right click right here and you select new and then solid. And what you want to name the solid, I'm going to name it white because that's what's going to be the spectrum layer. And then what you want to do here is go to the effects tab and then just search in audio spectrum. And then what you want to do is you want to implement that into the solid right here. And there you go. So I would recommend, here's the starting point, 0 to 560. And then 1920 to 560. Your end frequency, you should put that at 250. Frequency bands should be at 2000. Maximum height, I would put it at 1000 because that's where Trap Nation had their old visuals at. Audio duration, I'd make that 170. Thickness, I'd make that 4. Softness, keep the same. And then of course you just want to make it white. And the inside and outside color, make sure they're the same. And if you want to make the first layer black, you just do this for the hue interpolation. You just make that 0.0. So now for the side options, you want to make that side B. Alright, since now you got the audio spectrum, now you can put in polar coordinates. And what you want to do is slide it all the way to 100%, and then click the drop down box here and put it rect to polar, and you make a circle. That's where your spectrum is going to pop out of, the circle. And I should just put in a song now. Oh, I just realized I just had two background. There we go. Alright, now we go to the song composition, and what we do is we import the files. I'm just gonna put this and then put it down here, put in the song, and then drag the song down here, the composition, and then what you want to do is make the audio layer to the song. And what that's going to do is going to make the spectrum react to the song. As you can see here in the preview, there's a spectrum popping out. So as you can see, it's only on one side. So now what you want to do is add in a mirror effect. So put that here, and you make that change the 1920 to 960 to 540. And there you go, you have spectrum on both sides. Now for the additional layers, you just want to Control-C, Control-V until you get 9 layers, which I'm going to do right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, cool. So now we got the white layer, obviously. Make sure to set all of these to the song layer, as the audio layer. Sorry, it's taking a while. I'm pretty slow with things. Alright, so we're all good with that. Now, what you want to do is basically subtract 10 for each audio duration. So for the second layer, I'd make it 160. The third layer, I would make it 150. And so on. Just watch as I repeat the process. And 90. Alright. So now that's taken care of. Whoops, that's not right. That's not right either. Alright, let me check my Discord real quick. I believe I have the colors down here somewhere. My DMs are like so disorganized. Alright, cool. So the yellow, I will post the color IDs in the description. I'm not going to take the time to say all of them. But yeah, here's the yellow layer. And then, as you did with the white layer before, just put it as the inside and the outside color. And then orange. Here's the orange. I don't know how you guys say orange. I say orange or orange. I don't really care which. Alright, here's the red layer. Yep, there you go. There's red. Here is pink. Alright, and then we're going to have two blue layers. We're going to have a purple layer, and then we're going to have a dark blue layer. Just copying and pasting these. Here's the blue layer, and then I got the cyan. And there's your audio spectrum complete. So now that's complete, what you want to do is add a new solid, and this is where you're going to add in the circle. Make sure to push it all the way to the top, and go to Effects and look up Circle, and just implement the circle into the circle solid. And then the radius, make it 283. And there you go. There's the spectrum. It reacts with everything. And yeah, that's the spectrum. So now what you want to do is you want to drag the spectrum in here to the sound keys layer. And then what you want to do is make a new solid called, I'll say select this, because that's what the formulas go for. Alright, and then, so this is a plugin. What I recommend is getting trap code 13.1.1. And that will give you access to sound keys, particular, and Twitch is a whole different plugin. I will give you guys the links in the description for all the plugins. Just message me on Discord if you need any help with the plugins. I'll give you the links to them. I'll give you the links to the cracks and pirated versions. Okay. Now let's type in sound keys. Put it in, select this, and then of course drag the song layer down here. Make sure to mute these, because if you don't mute them, the song will sound very distorted. What I'd recommend doing is just keeping this and then keeping the song in the render the same, since it won't be distorted. Okay, so now make the audio layer for the sound keys to the song, and for the spectrum adjustment, I'd make the smoothness to 0.3. And that's pretty much it for the spectrum adjustment. In range 1, for range 1, corner 1, put 165, comma 111, and then for range 1, corner 2, audio 5 to 810. Okay, and then make the output min-max custom and put this to 10 to 100. So this is where you're going to have your scaling, which means that the spectrum will react to the beat with the scale. And the second one will be for Twitch. So this one's the same thing, except the output min-max is a little bit different. Okay, and then custom. So this would be 0 to 20. And there you go. What I'd recommend is putting the song down there and click N on your keyboard to roughly towards the end of the song. And I'd apply the sound keys, but I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to put in the plugins to my spectrum. In fact, let me actually get my my notes out, because I got something on there. Here we go. So here is the expression for the scale. I know it seems complicated, but it's really not. All you have to do is click Alt on your keyboard and click the stopwatch to the scale, and then that'll give you the expression, and then just copy and paste the expression right there. What it will do is it'll react. Once sound keys apply, it'll react to it. Alright, so there's your scaling done. Now we want to put in the Twitch. So here's Twitch. Put that into the spectrum. Alright, so now we got effects, Twitch, and then go to sorry, voice crack. Go to operator controls. First of all, we gotta enable slide, not blur. It's a very misconception that you use blur, but you don't. So you go to slide, and then you pick whip this, go to output 2, and the expression, all you have to do is type asterisk 1.7 for the slide amount, and then the slide, oh wait, I got this wrong. It's 1.5, not 1.7. The amount is 1.7. So the amount, pick whip, output 2, and then you put the asterisk 1.7, and then for speed it's 1.5 as well. 1.5, and then of course this would be nothing because it's just the amount of slides per second, and you don't really want that much. So it'll just be by itself. And yeah, that's the Twitch. So now we'll move on to the particles. So now what you want to do is create a new solid, name it particles. That'll be the most simplest one. Put it right here between the audio visualizer and the song. And now you want to put in particular. So here's particular. So particles per second, 60. Alright, let me get rid of this. Make this invisible. Also make this invisible as well, because you don't want to see sound keys. And then for the position XY, you just put 0, 540, 540. Okay. And then also makes the emitter type box. And now for the velocity, keep it at, for velocity you put 30, and velocity random is 100. Velocity distribution and velocity for motion is at 0. Emitter size X is 291, emitter size Y 468, emitter size Z 1281. And the random seed, I'd make that 100, 500. Okay, now onto the particle. So the life, 10. Life random, 100. Sphere feather, you want to make that 33. Size, 3. Size random, 36. Opacity 100, opacity random, 100. So now you want to set the opacity over life. Go to presets, and I would choose the one where it fades out and then, or it fades in and then it fades back out as soon as it goes through. And then yeah, and then we go to physics, air, spin amplitude, we make that 14. Spin frequency is trying to think here, guys, sorry. Windex is 185.6. Spin amplitude is 14. Spin frequency is 1.7. And then fade and spin is 19, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's see. So what's gonna happen here is you go to world transform, make the Y rotation 90, and that should be the right side of the particles. And just give it a quick preview just to see how it is. Alright, here's the preview. Yeah, more or less. Okay. Alright, now you could go back to the audio spectrum. And now for the particles, you want to make a second, just copy and paste it. And then for this one, you go to composition. Oh, no, you don't. You go to layer, transform, flip horizontal, and you have mirrored particles. And yeah, there's the particles for you. And now for the effects, go to particles, particular, physics, and then the physics time factor. Select this, and then go back to output 1, and then put /7, and that should divide, and that should make the particles react in a way. As soon as sound keys apply, it'll make the particles add up in size, if that makes sense. I mean, you'll see it. Physics time factor. And you do the same thing for the other one as well. Alright, so now what we want to do, since we're all finished with the particles and we're all finished with the scaling and Twitch, we will now do click apply. After Effects will freeze for a moment, so I'm just going to wait here until it reaches the amount of frames that I selected it to be. It might take a second, guys, so my computer ain't the best. Halfway done. There's just going to be a lot of awkward silence. Alright, there we go. Alright, cool. Now as you can see, we have all the effects in motion as sound keys has been applied. So yeah, there's the particles and everything else a part of sound keys. So now once you go to render, you put two sound keys layers, because I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is that you're going to put Gaussian blur, which is going to be on the bottom one, and you're going to set the blurriness to 25, and that basically gives the spectrum its glow and also the particles its glow, as you'll see in a moment. There you go. As you can see, the particles have a bit of a glow. I will now put in the background. Let me see where the background is. If I can get a background. I'll just do this for shits and giggles. Okay. Background's in. Drag it down. Make sure to mute these. You don't want it to be distorted. And now what you want to do is add a mirror effect to the background layer and make it 960 to 540, and bam, there's the mirror. And of course, if you want to invert it, you make this 180 and then it'll invert it. Also, if you want to add a vignette, you can make a new solid, just make a black solid. I'm just going to do it for purposes, I guess. I don't know, just to show you guys how to make a vignette. So you want to make the opacity around 20, and there you go. There's the background. It's darker, and there you go. That's how you make Trap Nation visuals. Oh, and yeah, one more thing. Make sure to add the song, mute it, and then press N to all the way towards the amount of frames that you want to render it. So, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy this video. I will make more tutorials soon based on visuals, and I will post this template in the description, and I'll show you the results later. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.